So the thing is, guys, I have this really cheap but useful tripod, and it wobbles a bit every time I hit the start button, press record on the phone, on the camera, right? But anyway, this is gonna be one of my rants. I haven't done one of these in a while. So we're just gonna kind of jump into it, see what happens. Yeah, so we're like basically we gotta be basically in the Civil War at this point. Like, I don't know, the historians they're gonna decide obviously, but like at this point, guys, I'm willing to say it's given Civil War, right? That's what I'm saying, right? Because at this point, right, um, late May 2026, right? What do we have going on in this country, right? Trump has just declared earlier in this past week or maybe last week, anyone doing pro transgender, anti fascist rhetoric and stuff like that, they're an enemy and we're coming to kill you. So, uh, that's great. That's great. You know what I mean? We're still doing the whole mass deportation, going around collecting people, snatching them from their homes, from their schools, from hospitals, to the point where different random states are pulling in laws being like, hey, you can't take somebody from the hospital. Stop that. They can sue you. We're gonna let them sue you. Like, and to think, like, that's where we are as a nation, that we have to, and it's not all over the nation either. It's random parts in the nation being like, hey, you can sue federal agents. And then there are some states where you're like, you can't sue federal agents. Who do you think you are? Suing a Fed. And it's just like, a citizen? What the fuck? Like, this is insane, man. This is insane. Like, and the thing is, right there, they gutted the Voting Rights Act of 1964. The Supreme Court did. The Supreme Court's just propping up white supremacy, and right now, like, and it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy because it's just like, in real time, gas prices are so high. Right, gas prices are so high, it's ridiculous. The economy is so bad, it's ridiculous. Right, and then online, you have people like the latest controversy right now is there's this black young woman. She's 21. She makes content about her being a black girl from growing up as a black girl into growing into a black woman, and dating in suburbia, not being accepted in certain spaces, stuff with her body, yada yada yada. And she wasn't watching her comment section. And the thing is, when you're a black woman and you're talking about these types of things, especially about your body and your looks, and you're doing that online, in the atmosphere that we're in right now, you're gonna get some people being transphobic in your comment section. And if you're not looking at your comment section, you're not reading it out, it's gonna look like you support those things, because it's gonna be all over. And the reason for that is intersectionality, because right, like, black women sit, obviously, racism, misogyny, black women would be boom right there, right? But then the reason that black women deal with transphobia is because, especially darker skinned black women, because darker skin tones are perceived to be, more aggressive and masculine, and all of these other stereotypes, things of that nature. And then you're a black woman and you're dealing with the racism and the misogyny, so then you're dark skinned, so then you must be aggressive and you look like a man, right? And that's how we get there. It's a lot. That's not what this video is. There's a lot of literature about it. But if you want like a real world example, real way for you to kind of get into it and see it in real time, you can follow. Just look up the stories around Meg The Stallion's career. You can look up the way Serena Williams have been perceived during her career. You can go back to the reporting around Gabrielle Douglas from the 2008 Olympics, how they talked about Michelle Obama during her time as First Lady. And these are all, I think, pretty good and relevant examples in real time that you can like go look and see real articles, you know what I mean? You don't have to like read the theory, you can like see it and be like, oh, okay, that's what that is, you know? And I think that's better. I think it's a little bit better that way if you get some real stuff, you know, because it's like you're calling Meg the Stallion, you're saying she's manly, she's got body and she's kind of tall, right? And she's shorter than Taylor Swift, right? Which still not the point of this video. Different video. This video, America doing like a low key, a cold civil war. We're just doing a little civil war. Like, it's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. And the thing is, right, he was like, and you can't call it that because that would be un-American. But what he's doing has been un-American, right? Like, the government was in a partial shutdown for months during the spring, to the point where I think on purpose, I think partially on purpose, right? Because they did not fund DHS, right? In DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, which houses Border Patrol and ICE, right? Who are conducting these mass raids and all this other stuff that we don't like against immigrants and black and brown people, predominantly immigrants. I mean, predominantly obviously predominantly immigrants. That's who they're targeting, but Hispanic immigrants and Afro people of Afro descent. Fucking ridiculous, because they've already got the funding. You know what I mean? It's not like they don't already have more than enough funding from the last time you funded them. So funding them again, you don't need to fund them. Like even if that's the stupid part about this. Like, even if you didn't fund them, which they didn't fund them recently, right? I think they found a way to get the government going without funding them, because it's just with what money, and now I think there's something else going on right now in real time. I'm not going to check this. I'm just going to throw this out there. You know what I mean? But they're always trying to give them more money to continue doing these things, but it's just where are you getting the money from? Right? There are no jobs. Right? The jobs suck. They're the economy's growing closer and closer to a standstill for the average American. Gas prices are through the roof. Where are you getting the money from? You know what I mean? You got tariffs and all of these things. Use the tariff money, but we can't use the tariff money. And then it's also keep in mind he's building a ballroom, and it's just this is fucking crazy. You destroy, and it's just he's not building a ballroom. I don't know what it's some type of bunker maybe. It's fucking huge. The thing that he's building is bigger than the White House. Off of the side of the White House. And we have people still just you know what I mean? Acting like it's regular day. And there's so many people that just want it to be a regular day. Everybody just wants it to be a regular day. Everybody just wants to go back to their regular life. Everybody just, nobody wants to, and I don't want to say that nobody wants to, right? Because there are people that are cognizant. There are people on the ground. There are people organizing. There are people really trying to get a lot of stuff done. There's a group that I just don't have the time to volunteer with right now, but once I finish this next semester, hopefully I will, that are trying to get a bill proposed in New Jersey for a job guarantee, which would be huge. And I know Cory Booker, and I forget the House representative that brought it up federally, but that's why they're trying to bring it out nationally. So if you know anything about that, or if you hear anything about that, or you're whatnot, search that up, go get into that and donate to that. Let's get into that for real. But there's so many things happening right now politically, on a local level, on a state level, on a federal level, that are good, that should give people hope and prove that people are out here doing everything in their power to not just combat what's going on right now, but to make it so that way we don't get to a position like this again in the future, right? And even so, with that, the thing that is so frustrating about everything that's just been happening is that we American society is such that that you wouldn't talk to a stranger about what's happening without using coded language. And you have to use that coded language because we're all mad at something, but you don't know what part people are mad at. And that's the part that's so personal, because it's just like all of this is interconnected. You don't get one thing without the other, right? Like if you're not attacking transgender people, right, that doesn't, right, you don't really have the window to open up and to attack reproductive health care. But once you can attack transgender people, what you're doing is questioning the legitimacy of a doctor, right? That's the thing that people don't realize they let slide, right? It's not up to you. It's not up to you to say whether trans people should or should not exist, or what what transgender people do or do not need. It's up to the doctors, it's up to the professionals. That's why we have them. And when you said, hey, I can actually decide medically for them instead, right? And we got that, right? And we got that obviously before from everything that we've done with insurance companies, right? Giving the insurance companies the say so to approve and disapprove procedures and medications and medical devices and other and then everything else that the people need, right? It's, who are you, right? You have a doctor, right? What is the point of having doctors if we're not going to listen to the doctors? What's the point of having scientists if we're not going to listen to the scientists, right? And so we have this huge cognitive dissonance that's just going on culturally, because not only do you have people, right, like the supporters of what's going on right now, because they have to find good things right in their personal lives and hold on to that, and that has to be the everything. But there are things in their personal life that are directly impacted, because what's happening is not just impacting me and you, it's impacting everybody, and that's how it's impacting both me and you being whoever, wherever, whenever, right? Because what Donald Trump has done over the past 10 years has deeply, deeply damaged the American reputation, economy, culture, even with that like little moment of Joe Biden completely overshadowed, right? That entire Joe Biden's presidency completely in Trump's shadow. Absolutely ridiculous. And then wiped away because Trump just went and just erased, just undid everything Joe did. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And it's just like, what's happening now, right? We're not going to be able to fix in one term of a presidency, maybe not two terms of a presidency. Like there's like whoever comes next is going to have 8 years of just fixing this shit, and that's just to get us back kind of the status quo, and then we're going to have to play catch up to get to where we should have been, right? There's nothing, no amount of time is ever going to replace the amount of time and money and culture that we just lost. Nothing. There's no way for us to get back. We lost that. We gotta take that out, right? And we need to accept that out, because the way that we get back, there's no way that it's gonna have to be exponential. We're gonna have to do some big things. We're gonna have to change in big ways, right? Like the biggest thing though is that everybody right now is trying to get back to normal. Everybody's trying to do things the way that we've used to been doing them. You can't do that no more, man. That's gone. It's over. It's over. The past is gone, bro. It's done. You gotta do everything different now. Everything gotta hit different now, man. It just do. We gotta protest differently. We gotta organize differently. We gotta react differently. We gotta prepare differently. We gotta just think and be different about it. And it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy, man. It's just so crazy because in the moment, it's frustrating, it's scary, it's annoying. More than anything, dog. I don't think like if we don't say this, if we don't record this, people won't know how annoying this shit was, man. This shit was so fucking annoying, dog. You don't understand. Like people have trucks and their homes are just filled with these massive flags and banners that and stickers and bumper stickers, and sometimes they're like reflective and holographic, and they say things like Blue Lives Matter and Make America Great Again, and own the libs, fuck the libs, just like just these don't tread on me, like these and they're huge, they're massive, huge eyesores. I just like just the worst vague patterns, just completely incohesive. They're supposed to represent America just red, white, and blue, and stripes, and just hard lines, and sharp corners for the stars, just everywhere, and it's just everywhere, and it's just like the biggest, brightest fire truck red, everything, and you're just like, what? Why? You know what I mean? I have to sneeze so bad, and I don't want to because I don't want to have to like cut this. I don't want to do any edits. So I'm gonna mind matter this sneeze, and we're gonna power through. We're gonna push through. I'm probably gonna end this soon. So I can sneeze. I should have sneaked it in right there. Maybe I did. Was that it? Was that the sneeze? I'm gonna pause it so I can sneeze. Gotta love technology, man. But yeah, man, it's just so ridiculous what's happening now. Because it's just like all this is happening and you can't even like shoot the shit about it with people that you're not close to. And then for some people, not even the people you're close to, can you actually like sit down and shoot the shit about what's happening right now? Because people have such varying degrees of what they're willing to accept as reality right now. And it's like you kind of can't blame them because what the fuck is happening? And you have to be so locked in to like Trump is the president and he's suing the government and he won? Is that what I heard? I think that's what I heard. I'm not even sure. And they don't even want to know. That's where we're at as a country, as a society. And you gotta ask yourself, people, is this what I want? Is this who I am? Is this who we are? Is this who will continue to it's who we are. It is what's happening. That we know. That's not up for debate. But like, dude, what is up for debate, man, is like where we go from here. Sorry, I just sometimes because my hair is just so long that it just sometimes I don't know. But yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's overwhelming, and they wanted it to be overwhelming, and that's the other thing too that's so stupid about this, because every single day you have people that support them that like now things aren't going their way, you're like it's impacting the people they wanted to impact, but it's impacting them now just a little bit too much, and they're like, no one told us. Yes, we told you, and they told you. They said they were going to do this, and we said, hey, they just said that they were going to do this, and you said, no, they didn't. They didn't say that. I didn't hear that. Steve Bannon literally said he was going to flood the zone, and guess what? Zone's flooded. It's just so frustrating, man. And it's so annoying. And that's what makes it so frustrating is that how annoying it is, right? Because the threats are serious and they are real. And people are being hurt and their lives are being impacted and people are dying and, lives, you know what I mean, are completely different, on completely different trajectories than they would have been. You know what I mean? Careers have been derailed, dreams have been deferred. And here we are, man. So, I don't know. If you got some time and you check this out, rock on, rock out. I got some art stuff. I got some other chill stuff out there. So, rock out. But yeah, man. Being an American right now, it's pretty crazy. Oh.